Good evening, beautiful people. How y'all doing out there? Y'all doing all right? I hope y'all doing well. I hope you guys are having a great week. Tomorrow is Friday. It's not quite Friday yet, but in a minute, it's gonna be Friday. It's gonna be in our weekend. Go over there and turn up. Whoever go out there and turn up, turn up. What y'all got going on for the weekend? Me, I'm gonna be a homebody, like always. Homebody, and then Saturday I got some locks to do or whatever. But anyways, I came on here because I know that the last time that I was on here, I told you guys that I would be speaking my truth. I would be giving you more details about my story and all that good stuff. And so that is what tonight is for, okay? Kind of just give you more in depth about me. You know, what makes Evelyn, okay? Okay, just to give you an idea of who I am and a little bit about A'miaah Majesty and what is behind A'miaah Majesty, okay? So, first things first, as y'all already know, I'm Evelyn. Okay, I'm Evelyn, and you know, when it comes to just the basics of me, you know, I'm a mom. That's first and foremost. I'm a mom, okay? I got 4 beautiful kids. They are absolutely my life. And when I say my life, I mean my life, literally. Without them, I don't think I would do half of the things that I have done in my life if it wasn't for them. So yeah, they're amazing. 4 babies, 3 boys, and a beautiful daughter. Okay, and then I'm a wife. Okay, I'm a sister, I'm a friend. You know, all that other good stuff after that. Okay. And when it comes as far as like, you know, my business, you know, as you know, A'miaah Majesty. Thing about you know, A'miaah Majesty is it's kind of like a 2-in-1. So it's a hair care line versus a brand that, like, my intention is to help with spiritual wellness, okay? And the main thing and the main reason why I came up with this, just because of, you know, the things I've went through in my life and all that kind of stuff, okay? I am what you would call, or most people, you know, if you ever heard the word empath, okay? I would say that's me, okay? I'm an empath. I tend to feel emotions really deeply. I tend to feel people's emotions, their feelings, their moods. You know what I'm saying? I tend to feel that on a deep level. If you are someone that's pretty close to me, that's when I'll feel it the most. Those, you know, that might not know me or whatever, but you tend to, say for example, you had a conversation with me and it happens to be a deep conversation or something like that, I'm gonna definitely be able to, you know, take in your emotions and stuff like that. But I would say that I'm an empath, okay? Pretty certain that's what this is. You know, I'm an empath. I feel everything. I feel everything. Like when, you know, my friends are feeling terrible, when my children are in a mood, or, you know, I can feel it. I can feel it. And if I don't acknowledge, you know what I'm saying, that, okay, this is somebody else's feelings, they're not my own, I will absorb them and take them for myself, okay? I'll take them. I really would. I'll just take them and just carry them myself and just go on about my day with them and stuff like that. But I feel like, you know, that's like the basics of me. But I feel like a lot of the reason and the big part of why I'm an empath has to do with my childhood. Okay, I know I've mentioned I haven't posted a lot of videos, but I know the ones that I have posted, I have mentioned, you know, that I will give y'all a deeper story and stuff like that. It's not gonna be deep, okay? Because if I go deep, we're gonna be here all night, okay? Like, for real. We're gonna be here for, like, weeks at a time. But, yeah, no. But, I feel like a huge part of the reason why I am an empath is because of my childhood. Growing up, I had a rough childhood, okay? Rough. Now, I'm not saying that it was more rough than others, less rough than others. I'm just kind of just giving you an idea on what makes Evelyn her, okay? What makes Eve her, okay? What makes Eve, okay? Whatever it is, okay? But, you know, I had a very, very rough childhood. Growing up, a part of my childhood, I'm not gonna make it seem like my whole childhood was terrible, okay? Because my whole childhood wasn't terrible, but, you know, there are some really, the majority, you know, when it comes to the foundation of who I am and stuff, definitely has to do with the childhood trauma, you know what I'm saying? And I came from a family of some childhood trauma. I have, you know, just to kind of give you guys a rundown, I have been through my childhood, I've been through child abuse, okay? I've been through toxicity, dysfunctional, okay? I have witnessed murder, okay, in my childhood. I have witnessed, you know, corruption, evil, you know, things like that in my childhood. Growing up, you know, and as the timeline goes up from childhood and going up to, you know, older and older, I've witnessed betrayal, okay? Lord, a lot of betrayal, okay? I've witnessed a lot of betrayal. I've witnessed bullying, okay? And that might surprise some people that, you know, that do know me, because I'm someone that's just like very non-nonsense type of person. Like, I don't play around, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And the part of the reasons why I am like that is because in my childhood I was bullied, okay? For those that didn't know that, I had a phase of bullying in my childhood. I've had betrayal. I've been lied on. I've been blamed for other people's mistakes. I've been through, what else is there? Just all kinds of stuff. Betrayal, lies. I've been cheated on, okay? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would like to say just like the whole nine, just about, you know? Just about everything that you can think of that would be detrimental to a child. Pretty much have been through it, okay? And, you know, there's little gaps in there where I've had like some good little spaces, you know, but good part of it's been pretty hectic, you know? I've been in and out through foster homes, okay? I don't even know how many foster homes I've been in because I lost count, but you know, I've been in and out of foster homes. I've been through rivalry, competition, hate, you know, just all kinds of stuff, you know, for just me being who I am. You know, I've always been like a very quiet. In my childhood, I was a very quiet child. You know, I was one of those very quiet, nerdy kids, okay? So I was quiet, but I was very like smart, you know. I knew things to do with education. It was just like nothing to me, you know. I stayed on A, B on a roll, you know, nerd. I was the one people go to when they wanted answers to, you know, when they needed to answer the question 5. You know what I'm saying? That's what they went to, was me. You know what I'm saying? I have a childhood nickname. Those of you know, those of you don't. My childhood nickname's Funny. Okay. And I know you guys are probably like, really? But I'm being dead ass serious. My nickname childhood nickname is Funny. My dad always told me, I asked my dad one time why he named me that, and he said it was because I was always a funny child, you know. And so it just made sense to him to name me Funny, okay? And, you know, if you ask me, I think it fits. You know, I think it fits. But, sorry guys, you're gonna see me take a little sip of my cranberry juice here and there because, yeah, throat, weather. But anyways, but yeah, I'm the oldest, 6 siblings, okay? I am the oldest and stuff like that. That little saying that they say that the oldest gets it the toughest is absolutely true, okay? That is a true statement, okay? The oldest gets it the hardest, okay? They get it the toughest, and, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, at one stage in my life, you know, I was there trying to do my best to be there for my siblings, trying to protect my siblings, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, like I said, I have been through some childhood trauma, okay? There was definitely child abuse in my life, okay? Beat, whatever, you know, like, I probably won't get too deep into the story with that because I don't want to be having nobody, like, breaking down. I'm like, oh my God, you know, because I'm not here to get pity or nothing like that. You feel me? It's just to kind of just give you a background and to have you understand where I'm coming from, because I don't want no one to think, oh, well, how would she know how to say this, and this if she ain't never been there? I've been there, okay? That's the whole point of this. It's just to let you know that I've been there. You ain't the only one, okay? We all been through some shit, okay? We've all got a story, and I'm just letting you know mine, okay? So like I said, there's been childhood abuse, stuff like that. And unfortunately, when I went through the abuse that I went through as a child, you know, child abuse, witnessing murder, you know, all that other kind of stuff, foster home to foster home, you know, it takes a toll on you as a child. You know what I'm saying? It takes a toll because it's like when we're children, we rely on our caregivers. You know what I'm saying? We rely on our parents, whoever it might be, grandma, granddad, aunt, uncle, whoever it is that, you know, the Lord blesses us with in our lives. That's who we rely on, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to, like, throw shame or anything like that on my parents or caregivers or anything like that, but, you know, definitely wasn't perfect. My parents were not perfect, okay? One parent was more so trying to be more, you know, there than the other or whatever, but, you know, they weren't perfect. They were going through their own things and, you know, trying to figure shit out themselves, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, as, you know, outside of my parents, you know, I did go through some child abuse. I did go through some bullying, foster home to foster home. People didn't like that I was quiet, you know. Didn't like that I was quiet, and then, you know, having to go through such a young age, having to witness murder was just, you know, as a child, you're just like, what in the world? Like, you don't really know, you know, how to think or to feel, you know, because you're a child. This is not something that you should be experiencing or should ever see. You get what I'm saying? But I did experience it, and as I got into my teenage years and stuff like that, my teenage years kind of, I would say, kind of helped me mold to how I was, you know. Back then, I was a very kind of like, you know, presenting my, you know, being tough, because I am tough, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, back in my teenage years, I was tough, you get what I'm saying? Like, made sure that you know I am not the one to mess with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had this wall up, you know, because of, you know, things that I went through in my childhood. So, you know, and stuff like that. And unfortunately, when I went through my childhood trauma, I never actually got to grieve from my childhood trauma. Okay, I didn't get to heal. I didn't get to do none of those things. Okay, I didn't get a chance to do that. A part of it has to do with, was just like, my parent just didn't really care for those type of things. I'm pretty sure we've all had that parent, or maybe we're all like that right now in our adolescence, you know, where we don't believe in therapy. We don't believe in this. Not that I'm saying I don't. I believe in therapy. But I'm just saying, like, there's, you know, because of the way our upbringing is like, oh, no, therapy, woo, woo. So when I went through the childhood trauma that I did go through, you know, I didn't have an outlet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have nothing or no one to go to vent to tell my feelings to, you know, so that I can get instructed and guided on how to, you know what I'm saying, handle the things that I went through, you know? And so as I got older in life, you know, that childhood trauma that should have been healed, it got pushed down, got pushed away, you know? I had the mindset to where it was like, you know what? I don't got time to worry about it right now. I'll worry about it later, you know? Right now I got shit to do. You know, that's how I was, you know? I've always been a very independent person, assertive person. And it was just like, fuck this. I ain't got time to be thinking about none of that stuff. I got other shit to do, you know? Because yet again, you know, I cared more so about everybody else than myself, you know? It was like, oh, I can handle this, you know? I'll handle this later though, you know? So it wasn't really a big deal to me. But as I got older, I realized that I couldn't have been further from the truth, okay? As I got older, early 20s, you know, and stuff like that, I feel like my early 20s really, my childhood trauma really hit me real hard at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because at this time, you know, been in a relationship for this amount of time right now, and I'm trying to tend to my partner, okay, with my relationship. I got kids by this time, and it's like, oh, you know, my world revolved around the kids. So it's like, I got kids, I gotta worry about them, I gotta worry about my love, I gotta worry about all this other stuff. And unfortunately, you know, I feel like that's the time where it really was kind of just taking over, you know. My childhood trauma, childhood demons, you know, whatever it is that you want to call it, really, really took over around that time, around my early 20s. It's just like, I was kind of like at a war, you know, like I had this side of me that's like, hey, we need to embrace this shit, okay? Had my demons over here on this show like, hey, we still here from 95, 96. We need you to acknowledge us. You get what I'm saying? And then over here was my present life, and it's like, oh, no. I gotta worry about them. You know, they're more important. You know, we can deal with y'all later, but this is what's important right now. This is my life right now. And my demons over here was like, nah, we're not feeling it. And since you're pushing us away, we're gonna act out. You know what I'm saying? And that's honestly how it is when it comes to our darkness and our demons. You go over there and ignore that stuff from your past, or whatever it is that makes you who you are at that present time in your life and your journey, they gonna act up. They gonna act up like some baby kids. You hear me? Seriously. They're like, you're not acknowledging us, you know? But over here, I was acknowledging all the positive things. Oh, degrees, I got children, got a good job, I'm smart. You know what I'm saying? Over here, I didn't want to acknowledge the shit that was over here. It's just like, it's too much. I don't got time to deal with that. It's negative, so I don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you know, my mindset wasn't the way it was as it is now. You know, back then it was just like, it's negative. I don't want to deal with that. No, get it out here. I got other people to care for. I don't need to worry about my damn self. Like, fuck me. I got other people to care for. You know what I'm saying? But little did I know. You know what I'm saying? If I knew then what I know now, I would have did things a lot differently. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole part of life. You feel me? We have to go through different things in our journey, you know. But yeah, my 20s hit me pretty hard when it came to my darkness and my demons, because I didn't grieve, I didn't heal from a trauma, I didn't, you know. So like, you know, my early 20s and stuff, while I was there for my kids and stuff like that, you know, my kids, I was always gentle with my kids and stuff, but when it came to everybody else, I was like a ticking bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was literally like this bomb that was just ready to like explode at any minute. You never knew, you know. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I was just this fucking terrible person. I wasn't, you know. A lot hasn't changed about me as far as like my sweetness and relating. All that's the same. But when it comes to like my emotional, it was just, I was just like a ball of toxic energy. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, all I knew was what I was taught. You know what I'm saying? In my childhood. Oh, this is the way you go things. This is how you go about things. This is that. You know, I had a parent that was very, I want to say controlling, but it might have been a better word for that. But he was very, things had to go his way. You know, just plain and simple, like, this is how it was, A, B, C. Like, things had to go his way. And if things didn't go his way, you weren't doing shit right in life. You get what I'm saying? It's like, you know, and the crazy thing is that, you know, even though a part of myself was influenced by that, to an extent, another part of me knew, like, no. I was my own person at the same time, too, you know? It's like, I know this isn't how it goes, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And it got me in a lot of trouble, you know? I was, like, known as the Rebellious Child, okay? Because I wasn't down to just lay there and let you just, I wasn't down to just let you guide all the way. You know what I'm saying? I was willing to let you take a little bit. Like, all right, I'll let you have this piece, but this piece mine. You know what I'm saying? Versus, you know, someone that wants it all. They just want to take it all over. And I wasn't down for that, okay? I was never down for technically that, you know. But, you know, I was looked at as, like, the corrupted child. You know, literally. That's literally what I was called, you know, and down in my childhood, corrupted, you know, because I wasn't 100% sheltered. I was sheltered, but not 100%. You get what I'm saying? I was probably like 50% sheltered. You get what I'm saying? Like, so there was a part of me that knew, okay, what I'm going through ain't necessarily right. I know it ain't right, but I don't necessarily know how to get out of it either. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like how my childhood was. I was like in a war, you know, between heart and mind, you know. Didn't really know which way to go, you know. So I did everything in the world to try to avoid, you know. I worked myself to death. I was a workaholic. All I did was work. All I did was work and take care of my kids. That's it. Anything else was important. Me doing something, no. All I care about was work and the kids, because I gotta make money to take care of my kids. That's all I cared about. And it got so bad to where it was like, all it was about was work. You know, I had my babies that meant everything in my life, everything to me. But I wasn't doing what I needed to do emotionally 100%. You know, there's been times I missed things from my kids growing up and everything because I was at work. Oh, I gotta support my kids. I gotta support my kids. I gotta make money for them. I gotta take care of them, you know, because that was my upbringing. That's what I, you know, that's what I believed in, you know, was taught. Like, You gotta work your ass off for everything that you want in life. And when you got kids, you gotta work even harder. You know what I'm saying? And so, my upbringing wasn't necessarily about emotional support. It was more so about financial support, you know? And so that was the mindset that I had, you know, back then. And, you know, it broke me down a lot, you know, considering that I'm an emotional person. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very emotional person. And considering that I'm an emotional person, everything I did, you know, in my early 20s was against the grain. It really was. Everything I did in my early 20s was against the grain. Everything. You know, being all about financial support against the grain, because I ain't never really cared about money. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of those individuals that care about money. It's a good, you know, I care about it enough to the extent that to keep a roof over my baby's head, give them their necessities and stuff like that. But as far as revolving around it, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? But I was always more of an emotional person. But I was always made to feel that emotions didn't matter. You get what I'm saying? Emotions didn't really matter. And so, I was a very, very tough cookie, okay? On the exterior, okay? Very tough. Very hard, very cold at times. Tough, you know? I had to put my armor up, you know? And stuff like that. But on the inside, I'm hurt. Like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, you know? And when it came to me, you know, I met, I call him the love of my life, okay? I met the love of my life at a young age, I feel, okay? You know, look, I know everybody be feeling it, look, whatever. Anyways, I met the love of my life at an early age, 16, okay? And, you know, when you meet somebody at that young of an age and it's just like a fairy tale, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that you ever imagined and everything you ever written down in them little notebooks. I know I wasn't the only one writing that shit on the notebook. Like, oh, he's gonna be this, and he's gonna look like this, and he's gonna treat me like this, and he's gonna look like this. Like, that's gonna be my perfect Prince Charming, right? You know? And it's funny because, you know, I had all those little things. Oh, he gonna have curly hair, and look, okay? We did all that. But anyways, you know, and I met the love of my life, okay? At a very young age. And it was funny because he was the complete opposite of what my type was. He's the complete opposite of that, okay? But it's just something about him. You know what I'm saying? Something about him that just melt my heart completely, okay? And, you know, in hindsight, I don't know if it was just because, like I told y'all before, like attracts like. Okay, don't know if it was just because like attract like, or if it was genuine. I don't know. Okay, I want to say genuine. Okay, I'm gonna stick to genuine. Okay, because he's still there, so I'm gonna say genuine. Okay, but you know what I'm saying. Young age, you know, and stuff like that. But this is one of the things that I was telling you guys about in the other video, is that, you know, if you don't heal that childhood trauma, that's when all these issues come in. You know what I'm saying? And like, even though I felt like I found love at such a young age and things should have been beautiful and stuff, it was just like craziness, you know? Because I still had trauma that I never healed, mind you, okay? I'm 15, 16 years old over here dating someone, and I ain't even healed the shit that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm still that toxic. You know, I'm still that little toxic ass ball of mass, okay? But my focus is on trying to love everybody else. I want to love on this person. I want to love on this person. I want to love my babies. I want to love people that are hurting. I want to, they're in a bad situation. I want to love on them. Not once did I ever think about loving myself. Okay? Ever. Like, literally. Not once, ever, in my younger days, did I ever really think about loving myself. You feel me? Like, I had them little moments like, oh, I'm cute, people, but when it came down to, like, what was important, I never cared about loving my dang on self. I'm sorry, I just didn't. I cared about everybody else because that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I came from this toxic background. I had 5 other siblings, and I took parent mode. You hear me? Like, that's what I did. I took parent mode. So my focus was on taking care of my siblings. I gotta take care of my brothers and sisters. That's all I cared about. I gotta take care of them. I gotta love on them. I never really had a chance in my life to actually focus on me. From the moment that I was young, I've always had responsibility. Like, from as long as I can remember, okay? I've always had responsibility. And so I always had to be the protector, to be the nurturer, It's just, I didn't really get a chance at being a child. I did at one point. You know what I'm saying? I did at one point. But the sad thing is I don't really remember much of it. Like, I remember little bits and pieces of my little friends going out to play and playing our little games, the Pogs, Jacks. I don't know if y'all familiar with that. I know I ain't that damn old, but Pogs, Jack, oh man, I remember those kind of like memories, like my good friends and stuff like that. I won't ever forget that, But other than that, that's kind of all that I remember as far as like with my childhood and of good times. And like, other than that, it's just a lot of darkness, a lot of darkness. And I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of it I pushed away, a lot of it I forced myself to forget. Just to be real with you, know what I'm saying? But, as I got older, my heart was always so heavy on everybody else. I always wanted to love on people, help people, be kind to people, because I knew what it felt like to be mistreated. You know what I'm saying? I knew what it felt like. But unfortunately, in my childhood, it attracted more people that just treated me like shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'd be so kind to people, and I would see someone that that people would consider as a loser, and I would go befriend them, because it's like, I felt like I was that, so I would go and befriend them. I didn't want nobody to ever be alone. That was always the thing with me. I never wanted people to feel alone. And the things that, in their life, And it was just from childhood, like, I don't know. I feel like a part of the reason why I felt like I didn't want people to be alone is because of the things that I went through as far as, like, the child abuse. And, my brother had a brother, and, he was murdered. And I feel like a part of me feels like I didn't do my all for him. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't protect him enough. You get what I'm saying? And even though I was just a child, it still hit really heavy with me. Like, I couldn't protect my brother. You get what I'm saying? And, like, I did everything in my power as far as, like, trying to prevent them from getting ass whoopings and all kinds of shit. I would take the ass whooping. Like, I would prevent them from getting ass whooping, and I would get caught, and I get my ass beat. You feel me? Like, but it was okay for me. Like, give me the beating, but if it protects them for even, like, an hour, that's fine, And I think, as, once that has occurred, and I went on, going through the rest of my childhood, I just felt like it was a responsibility of mine to always be there for everybody else. Oh, I gotta be there. People are picking at them, so I gotta go protect them. I gotta go nurture, you know? And that was just me, you know? And it still is me, you know? But it was just like, that's what I did. But unfortunately, it just attracted a lot more, I guess, ugly people. And it's just, you know, it breaks my heart in hindsight, you know, to realize that, you know, as children, you're supposed to be, as children, we're full of light as children. You know what I'm saying? Like, as children, all you know is light. You don't know that there's ugliness and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying, as a child. But in my childhood growing up, there was some ugly. And I ain't talking about physical. I'm talking about the soul. You feel me? I'm talking about inside. There was just people that was just ugly, like bullies. When I tell you I got bullied, okay? I got bullied. I really did. I got bullied. I mean, it wasn't like heavy, but it was heavy. It was heavy enough for someone as sensitive as me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I literally got bullied for just being quiet. Like, seriously, I was very kind of, you know, I was like on the shy side, and I kind of just minded my business. I was like introvert. I was still an introvert. Like, I was literally just like introvert, just quiet, didn't bother nobody, stayed to myself, and I literally got bullied for that. You don't talk, woo, you know? And in hindsight, you know, it breaks my heart, because it's like, you know, obviously that child had to go through something in order to feel like they got a bully. You feel me? And it, you know, it's just unfortunate and sad, you know? But, you know, I went through bullying in my childhood. In my younger, middle school. I want to say like middle school age, I was bullied. High school, I was with the smoke, okay? In high school. You know, but middle school, yeah, I was bullied a little bit. I was bullied a little bit, and then once I started kind of going from city to city, things kind of got better, you know. It just all depended. One area would be good, the other area would be horrid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally went through multiple foster homes growing up, but I did have one that I stayed with for a good while, about, I think, 6-7 years. And I still, to this day, love her to death. I call her my grandma, you know. She was amazing, you know. She was one of the best foster parents I had in my life, you know, that actually showed me what love was, you know what I'm saying? And she wasn't the only one. There was two other, I believe it was her and two others. The two others and then her. She was, you know. And then, you know, they showed me what love was, how to treat people and stuff like that. But the other ones, oh my gosh. It was like, it was horrid, because it was like, I came from a bad environment to an even worse environment. It's like, oh my God, like, how much more can I do, you know? It was terrible. Like, I literally was in foster homes that starved us. Like, it's just crazy. But I'm not gonna get all deep in like that. But, you know, it's just, I'm kind of giving you a little intake, just to say, like, I've been through a good bit of stuff, okay, in my 35 years, okay? And I didn't really get a chance to heal from all that until, you know, honestly, like, my late 20s, early 30s, something like that. But my early 20s and stuff, it was horrid. Like, I went through a lot. I had a lot of insecurities. I have a lot of abandonment issues, rejection issues, neglect issues. You feel me? Like, every drop of, like, trauma you can think of, I had it. Like, I had neglect, I had abandonment, Like, all of it. Like, all of it. Anyone I did have in my life, I try to hold on to them as much as I could. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyone I had some type of connection to, I tried to. You know, I didn't want to have that feeling of being left again, you know, being rejected. It made me feel like I was nothing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I had trauma with that. I had trauma with self-worth. You know, like, you should never have, like, these type of issues as a child. Like, you really shouldn't, but I did. You know, I had a lot of, I mean, I'm telling you, I had a ball of craziness in my life. And I'm only 35. And I had a lot of things go on from my life. And this is from, like, just from what I can remember, from 8, I would say from 8 to 16-ish when it came to, like, childhood drama. And then from then on, I would say, like, 19 to, like, somewhere in the mid-20s maybe, is where all that shit backfired. You feel me? Because I didn't heal it. I didn't heal it. So I had insecurity issues. I had trust issues. I had abandonment issues. I had all kinds, you know? Like, I was definitely, like, toxic. I was toxic at one point in time in my life, you know? And I'm not ashamed to say that I was toxic. Toxic. Okay? Back then, if you was to look at the word toxic, I probably was in there. Like, it's one of the definitions. Like, seriously, like, like, if there's levels of toxic, like, I'm sure I was one of those levels. You know what I'm saying? Because just from, like, what I came from, like, I went through my adolescence from how I was raised and what I saw. You know what I'm saying? I never really said, oh, you know, I never got that thing, okay, like, you shouldn't be like that. In my mind, I'm like, no, this isn't right. I shouldn't be like this. I really feel like this. But as far as, like, expressing it, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't. I wasn't taught how. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't taught. And the little bit that I was taught, you know what I'm saying, from the few blessings and foster parents that I did have, it was like, it was no match for my trauma. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, I knew there was love and woo, but when it came to the trauma and the demons, it was like, literally, I was literally in war with myself for a very long time. I really was, like, in war with myself. In war. And you know, the thing that really, like, calmed me down was my children. Seriously. When I had my first son, I was like, you know what, Lord, I gotta clean some shit up, you know? I didn't know how I was gonna clean it up. I just knew I had to clean it up, you know? And when I heard from my first baby, he saved my life. I'm telling you. All my kids saved my life, but my first one, you know, what is that saying? There's a saying that they say. I can't remember the dang I'm saying. Something about, like, if your first child is a boy, that means that you needed to know how it felt to be loved. And then if you had a daughter, something. I can't remember, but I might be mixing it up. But if any of y'all know what I'm talking about, comment down on that, because, you know, and because it's the truth. Like, my kids truly, like, when I had them, that's when I really understood love. You know what I'm saying? That's when I really just understood love, because my babies just loved me unconditionally. They didn't care that I was wild or, you know, like, hot-tempered. They didn't care. They didn't care at all. They didn't care that all I did was work. Hardly got to see them. Hardly got to see the milestones in their life. All they cared about was their mama. They love their mama, you know? Oh, God, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting none of that. But, you know, my kids saved my life. They really did. From the moment I had my first baby, he just completely changed my life. You know, and it was a slow process. I slowly said, okay, I got to get my shit together, you know? Because, you know, before my babies, I was just like, I don't trust no fucking body. Everybody's out to get me. Everybody's an enemy. I don't give a fuck. Because I just didn't trust nobody. Because from the environment that I came from, I had my own family betray me. I had my own family betray family. So if you can't even trust your own family, how can you trust anybody else? You feel me? So that was the mindset that I had. Like, I can't trust nobody. I can't even trust my own blood. You know? And I just came, like, just cold. Deep down, I had love. But on the outside, I felt like I had to always, like, protect myself, defend myself. You know? Because that's what I had to do in childhood. And, you know, after I had my kids, I started, like, things started changing slowly but surely, you know? Things started changing, but it's still, I didn't know how to heal what the hell was going on. I just knew that something had to change, but I didn't necessarily know what to do, you know? And, you know, and the more kids I got, the more I tried to figure it out, you know? Like, okay, I gotta be a good example, you know? I gotta provide to my children what I want for myself, or what I wanted back then, you know? And, you know, it was a struggle. It really was. It was just a struggle because, you know, when you don't really know which way to go and you don't really have necessarily the best influence, you don't really know. When you don't necessarily have that great of influence, you can easily get influenced by just about anybody. You get what I'm saying? Even if they're giving you bullshit. You can honestly just get influenced by anybody. And then when you're at a low vibration at that, you're going to just keep attracting people at a low vibration. And at that time, that's how it was. You feel me? Like, as far as me as a person, you know, light, love, and stuff like that. But when it came to, like, the outside, all I knew was low energy. That's all I knew. Low vibration. So that's all I attracted. Low vibration. Trifling ass people. People who manipulate, lie, ain't shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's all I fucking attracted because that's all I knew, you know? And so, you know, the older I got and the more kids I got, it just got harder and harder, you know? And, you know, I had to go through a lot of my darkness alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of it. I say about 90% of it I had to go through it alone, as far as, like, dealing with it, because it was just like I just didn't know what to do with it, and I was worried about everybody else, you know? And once I really didn't start tackling my demons until I didn't start really tackling my demons until 2017-ish, okay? Like, on a real note. Like, I've always, like, tried to put some type of effort throughout the whole timeline, but I really didn't, like, put in hardcore work to where it's like, no, this is a must until 2017, okay? That's when I just really just was like, this is not how I gotta live. Like, I'm getting too old. We gotta change some shit, you know? And so, that's when things started changing for me. I moved out of my environment and I started working on my stuff the best way I could, you know what I'm saying? Still, at this time, even in 2017, I didn't know how to embrace demons and shit, but I worked on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually put in the effort, like, okay. Because the thing is, you know, we all have an intuition. there's always a good feeling. It's telling us, no, this ain't the right way. This is the right way. You know what I'm saying? And I always had that. But I always had a really big problem with ignoring my intuition. I was good at that. Good. A1, okay? An expert, okay? At ignoring my intuition. When I tell you I was expert, okay? And so that's all I ever did was ignore my intuition. And you know, in 2017 when I moved and, you know, moved a different location, try to get away from my environment, oh man, it was a struggle trying to trust my intuition. Because a part of me is like, okay, my intuition tried to talk to me, the other person like, no, honey, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, because, again, childhood, you know, I went through being made feel, you know, making myself, you know, the things in my childhood made me feel like I didn't know what I was talking about. I was stupid, I was dumb, I didn't know what you know, I couldn't think for myself, you know. But, you know, that's when I started changing my life around, like, for the better, you know, in 2017. I'm not saying that there wasn't times I backtrack, of course, but that's when I was really determined, like, no, we got to get this shit together, you know. And then when I had my daughter, it was really like, oh, no, we really got to get it together, okay? I got a daughter, got a mini-me, you know, and unfortunately, I don't know how I was as a child, like, as far as, like, her age, like, I don't know how I was. I just know that I was a funny child, and I know she's a funny child, and she brings me a lot of joy, because I always wonder and hope that that's how I was as a child. Like, I was just as pleasant as her, you know. But, you know, the more kids I had, the more I was just like, you know what, I really, 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 really got this shit together. I got to get rid of this toxicity. You know what I'm saying? Things that I know ain't cool, I really got to get rid of it. The people ain't helping me serve my highest good. I just really got to get rid of motherfuckers. You feel me? And that was hard for me. Hard. Like I said in the last video, boundaries was hard for me, okay? All I wanted to do ever was please somebody. Please, 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 please. That was my fucking motto. If I can please you, I am happy. It doesn't matter if I'm fucking worn down. If I can please you and make you happy, that's it. You know, you know, I lowered my self-worth a lot, trying to please others at one point in time in my life, you know. And, you know, things just had to change, and slowly but surely, I just slowly just try to change. Because I'm telling you, the way that I was, it's just, ain't no telling what kind of path I would have went down. You feel me? If I never changed how I was. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, honey. You know, and that's why it's so important to always embrace change. The only thing constant is change. You feel me? So you gotta embrace it. You know, you can't resist it. You know what I'm saying? And for a while I resisted it. I really did. I resisted it and stuff like that. But like I said, my kids is what really started waking me up. The more kids I had, the more I was just like, yeah, nah. we gotta upgrade. Because I cannot allow my children to have the role model that I had. You get what I'm saying? And so, you know, that's when things started turning around. That's when I started getting more into my goals and being being my authentic self. Mind you, I was still there, but I was buried. Okay? I know all this shit. I was still there, but way down there. Okay? Had to dig all the way up to the surface, okay? I'm being serious. I know y'all probably laughing, but I'm serious, okay? I was down here, buried, okay? And I had to, little by little. And finally I got here, okay? Because I'm claustrophobic. I had to hurry to get up there, okay? But, you know, that's what I did, and that's one of the things, the main, missions, motivation, okay, however you want to say it, behind A'miaah Majesty, okay? Because like I've said before in my very first video, when I introduced my brand, is that A'miaah Majesty is not just a hair care line, okay? A'miaah Majesty is all about, you know, providing healthy tips and stuff like that for your hair, but that root of it, the underlining of it, is to provide spiritual wellness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to provide people that light that I wish so desperately I had in my life. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not saying I didn't have any type of light. I don't want to make it seem like I didn't have no light at all. I don't want to be like, oh no, what about? I'm not talking about the light I had, okay? I did have some light moments, but I'm talking about, you know, the times where I really, really needed that, I didn't have it. And I want to be able to provide that, you know what I'm saying, to those. And if I can't provide it, if it's too late, you feel me? Say, for example, you already went through your childhood and you went through the same crap that I went through. And you're an adult now, you're just confused as hell. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to provide something, some type of light, some type of assistance on how to carry on. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you can do that is you really got to embrace your demons. You do. You got to embrace your demons. And that's the thing about A'miaah Majesty. It's all about being the best version of yourself. Doing whatever is necessary to be the best version of yourself, whether it's meditation, whether it's crystals, okay? Whatever it is that rocks your boat, okay? We have to hit the root of the problem. We got to. It's the only way we're going to be the root of the problem. You know, we got to hit the root of the problem in order to solve our 3D now. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the reasons for A'miaah Majesty. As far as the spiritual side, as far as the hair care side, I came up with A'miaah Majesty back in when I started cosmetology. Okay, back in 2013. When I started cosmetology school is when I came up with the actual brand and the hair care line, because I wanted to help those that had issues with their scalp and their hair and stuff like that, because I'm getting tired, I'm sorry, but I wanted to help those with scalp problems and stuff like that, because, you know, my parent had issues with their hair and their immune system and stuff like that. And so that was one of my motivations, because I was so desperate to help them. I wanted to help them, you know, not feel down. Because you know how it is, man. Our head is one of the things that just will boost. It either boosts or absolutely lower our self-esteem. You know, those that care about the hair and the look, you know, that shit's important, you know, to a lot of us, you know. And, you know, I had a parent that went through some health issues and, you know, losing hair and stuff like that. And you could just see the confidence just draining down, you know. And I wanted to help, like, oh, I gotta help. I don't want them looking like that. I don't want them feeling like that, you know. And that was one of the reasons why I started the hair care side of it, was because I wanted to help others whose self-esteem got shot due to health issues. You know, usually when you start to have health issues, you can't move the same way you used to move. You might have been able to use the S curl and the Jerry curl, you know, back in the day when y'all was sexy and stuff. Y'all still sexy, but I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about, that shit dripping. Okay, back then. Then once you have, you know, you age, and just like how life is, you age and stuff like that, you might not be able to use it no more. Maybe you're too sensitive. Maybe you're allergic now. You know what I'm saying? And so my whole purpose of the line was to, when it came to the hair care, was to try to provide natural products that isn't going to interact with medical conditions. You know what I'm saying? And still can provide hair care, hair growth, treat conditions, you know, like minor conditions. I'm not no doctor. Hold up, don't start that shit, okay? I'm not no doctor or none of that. I'm just talking about like on a holistic approach, okay? You still gotta go see a doctor. My products is to complement, not replace. Let's get that straight right now. But anyways, you know, it was just to try to just help people in the issues that they might have had, that they felt like they didn't have no hope in because nobody could help. And, you know, because I'm on that side too. Like, I'm allergic to a lot of things, and some things I can use, some things I can't. Some things break the hell out of me, you know, and I have relatives same way. And so that was my main concern, where it was like, damn, I really need to make something that they don't have to worry about breaking them out or allergic or triggering something else, you know? That was the whole point when it came to the hair side. When it comes to the spiritual side, my purpose is to help us heal from childhood trauma, help us fight our demons, okay? Looking our demons in the eye and saying, look, I love you, you're a part of me, I don't want to neglect you no more. You are a part of who I am too, along with the light, you know? And so that's the whole point of the spiritual side. Like, genuinely, I just want to provide the light that I wish so desperately I had received from others. You know, from people that I truly, genuinely had love for, cared for. I want to provide that to others, you know? And I guess you could say I still kind of have that parental responsibility, you know? It's still that side of me, like, oh, I'm trying to protect everybody. I'm trying to save people, you know? But it's just, I see it more so as just trying to help people that may be lost, confused, just like how I was, and just like how I still am in certain things, you know? Just genuine, just passing knowledge from what I learned, you know? And don't get me wrong, you know, things that I might post on my page, they might not resonate with everybody. It's not meant to, you know? But, it, you know, it's there to resonate with those who can relate. Like I said before, like, to those who can relate. If I can help at least one person, I'm content with helping at least one person than nobody at all. You feel me? And this is the whole point of why I'm trying to speak my truth. No matter how much it takes out of me, no matter how back in school days I was nervous about public speaking, I'm trying to speak my truth so people can understand they are not alone, okay? Because in my childhood, that's all I ever felt was alone. You know, and I'm just being real with you, like, that's all I ever felt in my childhood was alone. So I don't want no one to ever feel like that, the way that I used to feel, you know? And so, you know, that's just kind of just to give in that. One of the things you guys probably would say about me is that I talk a lot. I do. But I feel like in order for me to help you fully understand who I am, I gotta give in depth. Like, my life, I can't give you my life briefly. I just can't. It's just, I can't. I'm sure that there's other people can do it. I've heard people, oh, breathe, okay. Kudos to you, but when it comes to me, no, I can't, because I need you to understand everything a part of me, of why I am who I am, okay? And, you know, even like with this video right now, I'm pretty sure it doesn't give you a whole thing about me or whatever, but hopefully it gives you something to kind of be like, oh, okay, that's why she moved like this, or that's why, you know, whatever. But, you know, just to kind of give y'all something. I told y'all I would give y'all something, so I am. you know, and it won't be the last time you will hear things, you know, as time go by. I might open up more about certain things and, you know, stuff like that, you know. So the whole purpose is just to let people out there know that you're not alone. Please don't think you're alone in nothing. There is people that you would never guess that has been through something you have went through to the T, or understands how you feel. Okay, but before I get off of here, I'm gonna go on here real quick. I'm gonna give y'all some love messages real quick. I'm only gonna go from this all I was. I did have a few others, but something's telling me that this one will be sufficient. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here real quick, give y'all some love, some inspiration, something that y'all might need to hear. Okay, hopefully it didn't bore y'all. I'm sorry, like, I know sometimes I can ramble. Thing about me, when I get like passionate about stuff, I start to, like, you could kind of hear me get a little tense. Ain't nothing, you know, ain't no harm by it, don't mean nothing. It's just things I'm super passionate about, or things that kind of hit me a little bit. You kind of, let's see, you know, I just so desperately want to help people, you know. And in my childhood, you know, it kind of messed me up back then, because I felt like I was wrong for being that way, but I understand now it's just a part of me, you know. It's just a part of me. I'm a caring person. I want to help people, and whatever I can do to help others, I will, you know. But let me see. Give y'all some love, some care. See what it is y'all might need to know. There might be something out there that somebody needs to hear that might make their day to day, okay? I'm telling you, you really just don't understand what people are going through nowadays. You really don't. That's why you just gotta really do your best to just be loving and kind to people, because you really just don't know. I'm sure that people who, you know, take the time to look at this is gonna be like, what? When it comes to me, because, you know, you just don't know. But collective and or myself. Okay, do you have another one? Yeah, for the collective and or myself tonight. So what it is you would like us to know and carry with us tonight. Even if it's just for tonight. We ain't gotta worry about tomorrow and next day. Even if it's just for us tonight, before we lay our head, Lord. Oh, that's a lot. That might be too many. Let's try again. Is there anything else you want me to reveal? Okay, I'll do that one because it flew out. Okay. Okay, so the 3 cards we have. The first one was Trust the Universe. The second one was Courage and Bravery. And the third one was Vulnerability and Freedom. Okay? I'm going to read these to you real quick, and then I'm going to call it a night, okay? So for Trust the Universe. Okay, so for Trust the Universe, it says, Although your faith may be challenged now, trust the universe. There's a reason for some of the experiences you've been going through recently. There are no coincidences in life, and everything is unfolding perfectly according to the divine plan. Positive opportunities are coming your way. Trust in the process and the path that you're being led down. You will know it is the right path when you experience synchronicities. You know what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say right now, I can't say it. You know, things that look like coincidence. That's what it is. Synchronicity. Oh my gosh, that's so terrible. Anyways, y'all know what I'm talking about. And other signs and wonders. These are messages reminding you to trust the universe. The extended message of this is there is no such thing as chance. All is well. All is guided. If you lose an opportunity or feel you have been shut down, know that this is the work of God and angels, and it is right for you. If you are wondering where you go from here, know that when you ask the universe for a sign, it will show up the moment you are on the right path. You are being guided by your angels to stop questioning everything that is occurring at this time and let in the miraculous support you deserve. Trust that you are deserving of good experiences because you are, and the universe will deliver them to you. Okay, that's an amazing one. I always love that card whenever I pull that out. That's how I know I'm being a little hard-headed whenever I pull that out. You know, the Lord's telling me, like, girl, stop being fucking hard-headed. Because I'm hard-headed as hell. So whenever I pull that card, I haven't pulled cards from this deck in a long time, but whenever I do, and I get that, I feel like the Lord's telling me to stop being hard-headed. Okay, for the second one, courage and bravery. For courage and bravery, it says, you have the heart of a warrior. You want to do what's right, but it isn't always easy. Angels are surrounding you in a light of courage at this time and guiding you to do what you know deep down in your heart is right. Being brave isn't about being emotionless. The angels are reminding you that it's okay to feel, and your vulnerability will allow you to tap into an even greater inner strength. Angels are always willing to help you feel safe, guided, and guarded, so call in as much help as you need. This is a time to take ownership of your energy and any situations that could be making you feel less than good. And through your courage, you will begin to attract experiences of being respected. Your angels are here to remind you that your soul cannot be tarnished or harmed. It is the one part of your essence that always remains whole, healed, and complete. So if you are feeling the need to defend yourself at this time, angel wisdom is guiding you to back down. You do not need to protect yourself, especially when you have spiritual support. Call in the light of God, heaven, and angels to protect you. If you feel that you have made a mistake or have something that you need to share, be brave and take ownership of it. Trust that living with integrity will always lead to the greatest possible unfolding of your life, and know that the best gift that you can give the world at this time is your truth. Can't make it up. You feel me? Can't make it up. Okay, and the next one is vulnerability and freedom. Okay, for this one, it says, angels are with you now to boost your confidence because they can see how harsh some of the experiences you have endured have been. They want you to know that vulnerability gives you the chance to find a strength that will bring you freedom. To move into that freedom, your angel guide is encouraging you to take some time today to connect with the parts of yourself that you love and admire. Know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but a gift. You are an emotionally connected soul, and although recent waves of emotion may have overwhelmed you, these emotions are great reminders of how much you care about living truthfully and in a positive way. So take some time now to value the traits and quirks that make you the unique person you are. that will allow the world to value them too. And your extended message for this one is, it isn't always easy to put yourself out there, but you are being encouraged to do so now. Drop the shields and barriers that you have put up, because these walls are preventing the world from seeing your light. Your angel guide is reminding you that you don't need to protect yourself, because God can do that for you. Whenever you feel vulnerable or unsafe, old habits and patterns will want to kick in. But call in the light of God and surrender your need to protect yourself. When you give angels permissions to come in and help you, they will. They will guide you towards freedom, joy, and your highest good. Okay? I think those were amazing cards to come out, because I feel like that is every bit of what I was talking about tonight. Somebody needs to hear it. Those resonate with me too, okay? So, all right, guys. I am going, that is all for tonight. I hope that my rambling, okay, helped you to understand a little bit more about me. Mind you, I'm still kind of working on public speaking and stuff like that, so it's probably gonna take little bits and pieces of me to kind of open up more. But I hope that that kind of just gave you an idea of who Evelyn is, okay? So, you guys have a great night. Okay, I love y'all. Y'all are beautiful. You're important. You deserve anything you desire in this life, okay? Anything you want, you could have in this life, okay? Your thoughts make your reality, okay? So, I'll leave you guys tonight with that. And until then, I will talk to you guys later, okay? Be love, give love. And so it is, and it is so. Night, night. See y'all soon.